West Radio, it's 9.3 FM, your preferred Usum radio.
A very beautiful morning to you once again, and welcome this morning to Perspectives Unlimited right here on Wales Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. And we're reaching you live from Wales Broadcasting House along Alafi Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. It is another morning to have a discussion centered around the growth and development of our dear nation, Nigeria. Perspectives Unlimited is that platform where we go beyond the news to help you make sense of some of the stories across our various national dailies this morning. And so, as always, we will be delving into the national dailies this morning to analyze some of the stories we have across our various national dailies for today. But just this morning, there's going to be a little bit of difference because it's going to be you and I on the show today. And so it's going to be you and I analyzing the stories together. Okay, so first off, let's take a look at the front pages across some of our national dailies for this morning. My name is Toluwaleke Alli, and this morning we're live on Facebook at Wales Radio 893 FM fan page, at Wales Radio 893 FM fan page on the Facebook, and also on YouTube, Wales Radio 89.3 FM. Wales Radio 89.3 FM on YouTube. Do well to share with family and friends, and also listen via our website in case you are currently on the move. You can listen via our website on www.walesradio893.com. www.walesradio893.com, and also across various radio directories. You can listen at Wales Radio 89.3 FM, at Wales Radio 89.3 FM. Let's check out the front pages across some of our national dailies for this morning. Beginning with the front page of the Punch newspaper for this morning, above the masthead, Appeal Court restores ADC, Atiku, Mark, Adeleke, celebrate, and that's on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. Police silent as reps ultimatum on fake agency DG expires today. And the story can be found on page 28 of the Punch newspaper. On page 9, EFCC faces credibility questions over asset auction. That's with a picture image of the EFCC chairman, Ola Olukoyede, just by the side. 2027, Tinubu challenges rivals, vows to fight to finish. And that story is on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. The lead story on the front page of the Punch newspaper for this morning: federal government overshoots borrowing limit as new debt reaches 12.62 trillion naira. It has 3 riders. Government misses revenue target by 4.9 trillion naira despite higher non-oil earnings. Budget deficit balloons by 47% above projection. Fresh loans bankrolled 36% of 2024 spending. That's according to a report from the Budget Office. The story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper for this morning. Tinubu orders security chiefs to fish out Kaduna killers. That's on page 17. U.S.-Iran war. Nigeria tops Africa in petrol price surge. The story is on page 22 of the Punch newspaper for this morning. State police. Governors must control commissioners of police. Southern Middle Belt leaders insist. And that's on page 17. Collapsed building, 3 dead, 12 rescued as Ogun begins probe. That quite unfortunate story can be found on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper this morning. And the final story also on page 17. Makinde unveils 2 new surveillance aircraft to combat insecurity. There's also a pictorial image of the 2 surveillance aircraft purchased by the Oyo State government after their arrival at the upgraded Ladoke Akintola International Airport, Ibadan, on Tuesday, 28th July, with the Governor Seyi Makinde, seen inside one of the aircraft at the Ladoke Akintola International Airport here in Ibadan. And that's all on the front page of the Punch newspaper for this morning. Moving on to the front page of the Guardian newspaper for this morning, Tinubu orders manhunt as northern elders decry fresh killings in region. The story can be found on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper for this morning. 2027, Afenifere, Ohanize, Middle Belt, Pandef forge fresh alliance. That's also on page 3. And still on the page 3 of the Guardian newspaper for this morning, 9 million lack access to HIV treatment as new infections rise, says WHO. The lead story on the front page of the Guardian newspaper: Gubernatorial candidates, parties unsettled by running mate hurdles. And that's on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. There's also a pictorial image of some nearby buildings marked for demolition and sympathizers at the site of the collapsed building on Bale Street at Juwon, Ogun State, yesterday. Also on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper, opposition hails ruling as appeal court avoids the registration, restores ADC for others. Lagos State government moves to tighten standards for high-rise buildings. And that story is on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper for this morning. Federal government to spend 46 billion naira on Kano Airport runway reconstruction. That's on page 30 of the Guardian newspaper. On page 2, still on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, 2 surveillance aircraft arrive in Ibadan to enhance statewide security. Malpass, collateral-backed borrowing may complicate Nigeria's debt restructuring. And the story is on page 18 of the Guardian newspaper. And those are the stories on the front page of the Guardian newspaper for this morning. Now on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper for this morning, the rather unfortunate one, colonel killed while resisting kidnappers in Abuja. The story is on page 8 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Ex-local government chair returns to tailoring after losing seat. That story is on page 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Nigeria is at war. Tinubu has no strategy to end it. That's according to Benga Hashim. And the story is on page 8 of the Daily Trust newspaper. The lead story reads, relief for ADC as appeal court slams judge. And there's a quote from that story on the front page. It reads, what the learned trial court did amount to judicial impertinence, or what the Supreme Court called judicial insubordination. The story can be found on pages 3 and 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper for today. Dangote to donate 15.9 trillion naira to charity. That's on page 22. Fubara, Wike makes U-turn. To read more on that story and know what it's all about, check out page 14 of the Daily Trust newspaper. 15 killed in fresh attack on Benue communities. That's on page 8. On page 42, 3 die in Ogun building collapse. That's also on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. And Oyo receives 2 surveillance aircraft to boost security. There's also a pictorial image of the governor and the 2 surveillance aircraft purchased by the Oyo State government after they arrived at the Ladokeke International Airport in Ibadan yesterday. How Unijos student was lynched over alleged phone theft. That's a rather sad and unfortunate story is on page 5 of the Daily Trust newspaper for this morning. Moving on now to the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. On the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning, above the masthead, Obi's one-term pact will should change Ndigbo. That's according to the presidency, and it's on page 22. Quite interesting. 28 days after duty slash prices of imported vehicles remain high. That's according to an investigation. And it has a rider, dealers have to sell out old stock. That's coming from importers. And it's on page 5. Appeal court nullifies order deregistering ADC, Accord, 3 other political parties. And that's on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. The lead story reads, Southern Middle Belt leaders insist on South retaining presidency. Tazi Rider backs state police, demand new constitution, true federalism. That's on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Repeated currency devaluations deepen poverty. That's coming from the ex-World Bank chief. And it's on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper for this morning. We're stabilizing Nigeria, Tinubu tells Catholic bishops, and that's on page 13. Again, suspected armed herders kill 15 in Benue. That's on page 16 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Oyo government receives 2 security surveillance aircraft. Again, with the pictorial image of the governor in one of the aircraft and pictures of the surveillance aircraft at the airport. The story has 2 riders. Aircraft to become operational immediately through Air Force partnership. Makinde says accusation predates Orire abduction. Vows improved intelligence gathering across states' vast landmass. The story is on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. We only sat 4 times in 7 months, Ondo Assembly members reveal. And it has 2 riders accuse Speaker of stalling legislative activities. Provide your evidence, Oladiji challenges members. And that's on page 22. APC chairman inaugurates 292-member campaign council for Oshunpo. And it has a rider says election is litmus test for ruling party. And that story is on page 22. Also has another rider, Uzodima, cautions against sabotage. And final story in the health column on page 23. Coffee may help shield the liver from fat, scarring, cancer. And that's according to a study. And finally, on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, Nigeria risks losing Africa's tech investment edge. LCCI warns. That's on page 19. Banned sachet alcohol. NAFDAC uncovers hidden factories. Fresh production. That's on page 7. Nigeria at war. Tinubu has no strategy to end it. That's coming from Toluwaleke Hashim. And that's on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper for today. Nigeria loses 47% of dollar millionaires, retains 4th position in Africa. The story is on page 20 of the Vanguard newspaper for this morning. The lead story reads, the registration of ADC, others was judicial rascality. That's according to the appeal court, and it has a couple of riders. Slams Justice Lifu's action. Verdict corrected grave miscarriage of justice. That's according to the ADC. 2027 polls must be won at ballot, not in court. That's coming from Atiku. Plot to stop Adeleke thwarted. That's coming from the governor's camp. And the story is on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. Again, the pictorial image of the 2 surveillance aircraft purchased by the Oyo state government after their arrival at the airport yesterday can also be found on the front page. Gunmen kill army colonel in Abuja, shoot wife, and it has 2 riders. Mob kills Unijos graduate over alleged phone theft. Fresh Benue attacks leave 16 dead, many injured. And the story is on page 6 of the Vanguard newspaper. Oyo receives 2 surveillance aircraft to boost security. That's on page 14. Nigeria demands justice, compensation after Afrophobic attacks. That's according to the federal government, and it's on page 37. Tinubu orders manhunt for Kaduna killers. The story is on page 37 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And those are other stories across some of the front pages of our national dailies for today, 29th July 2026. All right, we begin this morning with the lead story on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Federal government overshoots borrowing limit as new debt reaches 12.62 trillion naira. And I'll take some of that story, then you can call in to give your thoughts about it. The federal government exceeded its 2024 borrowing target by 4.79 trillion naira. After a wider than projected budget deficit forced it to raise significantly more financing than originally planned, the Budget Office of the Federation has disclosed. According to the latest 4th quarter and consolidated budget implementation report for 2024, the federal government's new borrowings rose to 12.62 trillion naira, exceeding the budgeted 7.83 trillion naira by 4.79 trillion naira, or 61.2%. The higher borrowing requirement followed a substantial revenue shortfall, which pushed the fiscal deficit to 13.51 trillion naira. well above the approved deficit of 9.18 trillion naira. The report showed that aggregate federal government revenue stood at 20.98 trillion naira, compared with the budget estimate of 25.88 trillion naira, representing a shortfall of 4.90 trillion naira. Total expenditure, however, amounted to 34.49 trillion naira, only 561.29 billion naira below the approved estimate of 35.06 trillion naira, indicating the wider fiscal gap was driven primarily by weaker revenue rather than higher spending. According to the report, the deficit also exceeded the 10.55 trillion naira recorded in 2023, showing the increased pressure on the country's public finances. And analysis of the government's financing profile, according to the Punch newspaper, showed that domestic borrowing remained exactly on target, which is at 6.06 trillion naira. But we had higher foreign borrowing and budget support significantly increased overall borrowings. Foreign borrowing rose from the targeted 1.77 trillion naira to 3.37 trillion naira, which is representing an increase of 1.6 trillion naira above the target. And also, the federal government received 3.19 trillion naira in budget support, despite making no provision for such in the budget. The source of the budget support, which was classified as new borrowing, was not disclosed. And together, domestic borrowing, foreign borrowing, and budget support brought our total new borrowings to 12.62 trillion naira, which is exceeding the approved borrowing program by 4.79 trillion naira. Again, this is coming as time and time again we have heard that Nigeria isn't going to borrow again because we're making more money, especially since subsidy has been removed. But here we are again borrowing more than we even had targeted before, which is a very significantly huge amount, 4.79 trillion naira higher. And so that means that our borrowings totaled 12.62 trillion naira, according to an analysis of the Budget Office report for the 2024 budget. This is a matter of concern for a lot of Nigerians as we continue year in, year out. The borrowing keeps increasing. And now this report, coming out right now is also again highlighting our rising debt burden as a country. The Budget Office warned that the ratio had exceeded both Nigeria's self-imposed threshold of 40% and even the international benchmark of 56% for comparable economies, which means that there is a whole lot that we have exceeded already when it comes to borrowing. Nigeria has its own self-imposed threshold of 40%. We exceeded that and went on to even exceed the international benchmark for the ratio for borrowing, which is on 56% for comparable economies like ours. But the Budget Office said that the ongoing reforms are aimed at strengthening tax administration, improving non-oil revenue mobilization, reviewing fiscal incentives, plugging revenue leakages, and improving remittances from government-owned enterprises. And according to the Budget Office, this would help reduce reliance on borrowing and improve fiscal sustainability over the medium term. And even though this was what the government had promised in 2023, As of now, we still have that same issue. Now, the question is, how long do we keep this up for? 0916 893 1000, 0916 893 1000, or 0915 333 4893. 0915 333 4893. You can also call 0911 33 33 893. 0911 33 33 893. Drop your comments on Facebook at Wales Radio 893 FM fan page. At Wales Radio 893 FM fan page. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, ma'am. Ruth calling from Alli.
Welcome to the show, Ruth.
Thank you. As regards borrowing, Baba Tinubu promised renewed hope, but Nigeria has seen renewed borrowing. With reports of new debt reaching like 12.62 trillion and borrowing limits being stressed, the question is simple: who will repay this loan? Future generations should not be burdened while today's citizens struggle with rising inflation, unemployment, and the high cost of living. True leadership builds the economy. It does not keep piling up debt. So, what tangible thing can this administration show us that they have been using this loan for? This is so pathetic. I just hope our government will rethink and do the needful. We can't continue like this. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Ruth. 0916 893 1000, 0915 333 4893, or 0911 33 33 893. Before we come to the issue of security, there's also another story that I would like us to take a look at together, which is a story that cuts across our various national dailies this morning, talking about what the appeal court has said about the deregistration of ADC and other political parties. And from the Vanguard newspaper this morning, the appeal court says the registration of ADC others was judicial rascality, and went ahead to even slam the justice action. And according to ADC, they gave their thoughts and said that this verdict corrected grave miscarriage of justice. The Court of Appeal in Abuja yesterday vacated the judgment that directed the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to deregister the African Democratic Congress and 4 other political parties accused of failing to meet constitutional requirements, describing Justice Peter Lifu's action as judicial rascality and impertinence. The other parties include Action People's Party (APP), Action Alliance (AA), Accord Party (AP), and the Zenith Labour Party (ZLP). Recall that Justice Lifu had given the order to deregister the parties, despite the order made by the appellate court on May 22, directing him to stay proceedings in the case, pending the outcome of an appeal by the parties. And so the appellate court, in a unanimous decision by a 3-member panel of justices, held that the order which the Federal High Court issued to the electoral body on June 15 amounted to a nullity. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
These are them from
Welcome to the show, Aderonke.
Yeah. Borrowing are meaningful when it is being used judiciously. But in a situation whereby the money that is being borrowed, there is no effect of it in our economy. So what's now the use of borrowing? So I'll just tell the federal government that they should please try and reduce the cost of governance. This excessive borrowing is getting too much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. 0916 893 1000, 0915 333 4893, or 0911 33 33 893. You can drop your WhatsApp messages on 0915 4999 893, 0915 4999 893. And back to the story. The court also held that the High Court wrongly assumed jurisdiction and made the order on an incompetent suit that was filed by a non-juristic entity. And so, in a swift reaction to that, the ADC described the verdict as a correction of miscarriage of justice and hailed the appeal court for doing so. And lots of reactions have trailed this, as a lot of people said that this is a victory for the opposition, as it shows that the opposition will not be disenfranchised from the 2027 elections. 0916 893 1000, 0915 333 4893, or 0911 33 893. Let me know your thoughts. You can drop your WhatsApp messages on 0915 4999 893, or drop your comments on Facebook at Wales Radio 893 FM fan page, at Wales Radio 893 FM fan page on Facebook this morning.
Welcome to Juniors International School, Ibadan, where academic excellence thrives in an atmosphere of love, care, and safety. With a team of experienced and dedicated educators who inspire young minds in a stimulating environment that nurtures learning, creativity, character, and confidence. Our rich and dynamic curriculum prepares pupils for outstanding success in both local and international examinations, opening doors to limitless opportunities and a bright future anywhere in the world. At Juniors International School, we go beyond academics. We identify and nurture every child's unique potential, raising globally minded leaders guided by strong moral values and godly principles. Join us in shaping tomorrow's leaders today. Admission test into pre-nursery to year 5 holds on Tuesday, 4th August 2026. Venue: Juniors International School, Alafin Avenue, Toluwaleke Estate, Ibadan. Time: 9 a.m. Admission forms are available online at www.juniorsinternationalschool.com/admissions or at the school premises. Juniors International School, Center of Excellence.
Hello, Miss Flora. Finally, this holiday is here. But honestly, I don't know what to do with my children.
Why? Aren't you excited that you're on break?
Excited? One talks from morning till evening without control, and the other one can barely introduce himself. I'm worried about both of them.
Now you see the work that we teachers put in. But then, I have a perfect solution for you. Why not enroll them into the Wales Radio Media Academy Summer School 2026?
Media Academy for children?
Absolutely. They'll learn public speaking, broadcasting, confidence, communication, and so much more. Matter of fact, I'm enrolling too. I want to sharpen my public speaking skills before the new school term.
Really? Then we are definitely coming.
This holiday, turn potential into purpose at Wales Radio Media Academy Summer School 2026 from 12th August to 18th September. Enjoy 6 weeks of practical media training, studio sessions, and mentorship from experienced trainers. Open to senior secondary school students, teachers, parents, and busy professionals. So whether you're building confidence, improving communication, or turning your voice into a career, this is your opportunity. For further inquiries or to register, call or WhatsApp 0814-694-6928, 0814-694-6928. Don't let the holiday go to waste. Enroll today at the Wales Radio Media Academy Summer School 2026.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
Are you hungry for something delicious? Food that feels like home but tastes like pure luxury? Then welcome to Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile. From our smoky jollof to rich ofada sauce to a variety of delicious soups like egusi, eforiro, and more, paired with your favorite proteins and hot, freshly made swallows, all made for you to enjoy. We also handle bulk orders in liters, fresh and ready whenever you need it, with delivery to your doorstep. At Honeydew, it's not just the food, it's the feel. With our beautiful ambience, perfect for your romantic dates, family outings, or your quiet, relaxing evening escape. Join us every last Friday of the month at 7 p.m. for karaoke night with Jayola and enjoy music, games, food, drinks, and free mocktails and cocktails as you sing your hearts out. Visit us at Plot 42, Block 8, Alaafin Avenue, beside Wells Radio, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. For your doorstep delivery or inquiries, call or WhatsApp 0814-691-6635, 0814-691-6635. Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile.
Boost your business with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. In a competitive world of business, strategic brand and product positioning is key to growth. Don't remain unseen in the shadows. Shine a spotlight on your brand with Wells Radio 89.3 FM today. Why Wells Radio? We are your state's #1 family radio station. We connect with the heart of families in your state. As the smallest unit of the society, families trust Wells Radio for quality content and information. Visit us today along Alaafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Our white and blue building just before Sharp Corner ensures your business won't go unnoticed. Advertise with us today. Call our marketing office on 0903 936 8185. Call Toby on 0803 509 3394. Ayo on 0706 840-7359. Take the leap today. Let Wells Radio 89.3 FM be the megaphone for your business success. You won't regret it.
Welcome back. 0916-893-1000, 0915 333 4893, 0911 333 893. You can drop your WhatsApp messages on 09154999 let's move on to security as we talk about Oyo State right here. In the Guardian newspaper for today, 2 surveillance aircraft arrive in Ibadan to enhance statewide security. The 2 surveillance aircraft acquired by the Oyo State government to strengthen intelligence gathering and aerial security operations have arrived in Ibadan. The Commissioner for Information, Dotun Oyelade, announced the development in a statement on Tuesday, saying the arrival of the aircraft fulfilled the government's earlier assurance that they would be delivered before the end of July. Oyelade records that the state government announced the acquisition of the aircraft on July 8, 2025, as part of efforts to enhance operational capacity of security agencies in tackling emerging security challenges across the state. According to the commissioner, Governor Seyi Makinde had on July 18, 2026, disclosed that the aircraft had arrived in Nigeria and were undergoing reassembly at the Nigerian Air Force hangar in Lagos before their deployment to Oyo State. And he noted that the government subsequently assured residents that the aircraft would arrive in the state before the end of July, a promise that has now been fulfilled. And the commissioner said that the surveillance aircraft would enhance intelligence gathering and provide aerial support for security operations, particularly for the Oyo State Security Network Agency, codenamed Amotekun, and other security agencies combating criminal activities across the state.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, the beautiful radio woman.
Good morning, Mr. Benga Mario.
Thank you. This is Benga Mario calling from Apacha.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. On the delivery of the aircraft surveillance to your state government, I think it's a good one. I think it has put end to our doubt. To our doubt that is it true that the government has really made a payment for the surveillance aircraft. And when I saw the aircraft yesterday, at least the tension was doused and there was a kind of relief. But the point is this: how efficient is going to be is the aircraft going to be? How efficient is it going to be? Then how efficient is it going to be such that it's going to put an end to insecurity in Oyo State? Even if it's not going to put an end to insecurity in Oyo State, but at least work to a minimal expectation such that there be a peace in the insecurity that is there in the Oyo State. Like what happened in Orire some months ago. You don't want a repeat of what happened in Orire. So you want the aircraft to be judiciously used so that's going to tame the insecurity level in Oyo State. And secondly, on the issue of the registration of some political party by the court. Yesterday, it was a news that gladdens, let me say, my heart, because when we have an election that is coming up, there must be a room for other political parties to contest. That will make a kind of balancing in that regard. When I had that report yesterday, I was glad because it's democracy. And I say in Yoruba that Igiko Kinlegikonla or something like that. So you want a kind of contest from various political parties. Recall in 1993, when we have 2 major gladiators, which was SDP and NRC, it makes room for people who are actually involved, they're actively involved in that contest. And now we are having a kind of AGC, we are having APC, we are having PDP, so many parties like that. So it's a good one that we have had. But one thing I want to sign is this: the justice, or the judge, I forgot his name now. The judge that made the first ruling that said it's going to, yeah. That judge, I'm having a check on that judge. And I think the judicial system of this country should try and sensitize that judge on the need for him to always do the needful, because Nigerians, we are looking at him, and if he belongs, we are asking some questions that it seems as if he really belongs to a ruling political party, looking at the way and manner he's been giving his justice in recent days. Anyway, let me leave it at that. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-1000. or 0915 333 4893. 0915 333 4893. You can also call 0911 33 893. 0911 33 893. And now your state has taken delivery of 2 surveillance aircraft to help boost security across Oyo State. So you can drop your thoughts on that. 0916 893 1000, 0915 333 4893, or 0911 33 893. Drop your comments on Facebook at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. At Wells Radio 893 FM fan page on Facebook. Deomi Kazimadika says, good morning, well done. God bless Nigeria from New Garage. Solu Olugbile says, good morning. Good morning to you too. Thank you. Mustafa Adeyemi Kabiru also says, good morning. Right, Suleiman Sharif says, good morning and kudos to everyone in the studio. Security remains the bedrock of any meaningful development anywhere in the world. Regarding the arrival of 2 aircraft surveillance, kudos to Oyo State Governor for this wonderful achievement to boost security operations in Oyo State. My question is, how many northern state governors procure aircraft surveillance to boost security in their region? All right, thank you so much for that, Suleiman Sharif. 0916 893 1000, 0915 333 4893, or 0911 33 893. And also want us to take a look at this story from the Daily Trust newspaper, which is a rather unfortunate story. How a Unijos student was killed over alleged phone theft. A 25-year-old graduating student of the University of Jos, Ibrahim Mbaya, popularly known as IB, was allegedly killed on Sunday by fellow students over an allegation that he stole a mobile phone. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. It's Mario once again.
Welcome back.
Please permit me to be your analyst this morning for some seconds.
No problem. Permission granted.
Thank you. Now, on the last report you read concerning the killing of that Unijos
student, yes.
I think, it is high time that we should desist from mob killing. When you have a suspect that is being found that is alleged to have stolen an item, what should be done is to arrest that person, take him to he or her to the police station. It is the police that have the power to detain and to make a lawful arrest. So when you kill in the name of theft, it's going to be a criminal charge against those that person. I watched the video yesterday and I was moved to tears. My sister, it was a gory sight. Why on earth will you kill because he said the guy allegedly stole an iPhone 12? It's not done, and we should all put an end to mob killing. It is not done anywhere. And lastly, on the issue of the aircraft that was being purchased by Makinde, I want him to learn from what Enugu State government is doing in terms of going by ICT in ensuring that they have a stable security in Enugu State. In Enugu State, do you know what they did? They have this security room, a control room, in which they monitor every nooks and cranny of Enugu State from a single control room, so that they are able to report a lower insecurity in Enugu State. So to also appeal to government that it should look towards that line, towards that direction, that be a control room from Oyo State here. And using that aircraft that was imported, they're able to look and to start to secure every nooks and cranny. There to be a kind of intruder. They would have known firsthand. Then they will be able to deploy security to those areas which are concerned. I think if you look into that, we are going to have an age-free security architecture in Oyo State. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Thank you so much. All right, 0916 893 1000, 0915 333 4893. Okay, thank you so much for being a part of the show today. As I would always say, the growth and development of Nigeria is a business of you and I. As much as possible, mob action isn't always the best way to go. If at any point in time there's any suspect over maybe a particular crime, let the person be handed over to the police. It's rather very unfortunate that this graduating student has lost his life, although family members and alumni, as well as his classmates, have demanded for justice because they've all said that he's not that kind of person. He has never stolen before, and he went back to the hostel where he slept for the sole aim of clearing his name, but unfortunately it met his death. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Perspectives Unlimited returns tomorrow at exactly 6:30 a.m. As I would always say, wherever it is that you find yourself, always ensure that you put Nigeria out there in good light. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. I am Toluwaleke Alli. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Please listen to this important information. The views expressed by the interviewee in this program are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Wells Radio 89.3 FM or its affiliated entities. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is committed to providing a platform for diverse perspectives and opinions, and the views expressed by guests on our programs are their personal viewpoints. Wells Radio 89.3 FM does not endorse or take responsibility for the content or opinions expressed by individual interviewees and callers. Thank you.
Not just another radio station. Wells Radio 89.3 FM, broadcasting from Ibadan, Oyo State, brings you wholesome programs for you and your family.
You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred awesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred awesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. Fill your ears with awesome news. Make it do my cover you. Dance to the rhythms and all of the blues. Things that you see on 89.3, yeah. I'm a living proof with testimony. So many blessings coming easily. Things that you get on 89.3. Tune into 89.3. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred awesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred awesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go.
It's Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Magic.
Chamou a zaga pra dançar, fez a finta, jogada individual do Nilmar, pode pintar o gol, passou por 1, por 2, por 3, entrou na área, pode pintar um golaço, fez o break, bateu direto pro gol, olha o 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 gol, tá lá, tá lá, tá lá, tá lá, tá lá, tá lá, golaço, golaço, tá lá, golaço, Colorado no Pacaembu, gol!
كان ساعة الكثير لإسبانيا اسبانيول. ضاعت الكرة من جانب اسبانيول، تمريرة خابئة صدمت في الدفاع. رونالدو، كريستيانو على اليمين، رونالدو مر، رونالدو عدى بمهارة. يا عيني يا كريستيانو، روعة جميلة من رونالدو. هذا كله والكل يقول أن ليس في مستواه. هذا الهدف عدى من الأول. رونالدو مر، جميلة من رونالدو، جميلة من كريستيانو.
Ja cap a la dreta per Xavi, assistència de Xavi més cap a la dreta per Messi, Messi, immens Messi, encara 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 Messi, gol, 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 increïble, no m'ho puc...
For Selko, here's Mbappe! Teenage kicks! The ultimate teenage kick!
Nani. Rooney! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! And what a time! In what a place! What a player! Wayne Rooney out of this world! 2-1 United!
One of the great goals in the history of the Manchester Derby.
Okay, it's a beautiful morning. Let's talk sports on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. How na day this beautiful Monday morning? Oh, yes. It was a game played yesterday, but the results we know one time. Now results we say we know one nice up yesterday. Okay, now let's start from our local stories before we go straight up to the English Premier Football League, Spanish La Liga, and other league games, including the friendly matches we then played yesterday. Let's start up from Matas the Matabi. But before we enter round one, my name is Sam Adelere. But remember, you can simply and always call me Sadelere. Before the game between Nigeria and Malawi, the Nigerian Super Falcons they never lose to tournament debutants. Anybody will be saying that their debut, that is to say that their first game for the Women African Cup of Nations, the Super Falcons never lose to them. As the matter take be, they don't play 17 teams. Will be saying that their first time when they go play WAFCON on top that level. As the matter be so, 16, they win 16 out of the 17. They draw just one. Yesterday, 9 supposed to be number 18 and 9 number 18 will be. But for the first time in the history of the Super Falcons life and their game for WAFCON, the job beating for the hand of newcomer. I'm talking about Malawi, who defeated Super Falcons yesterday. Anyway, as the matter take be, out of the 17 games that the Super Falcons had played so far, they've scored 67 goals and conceded just 4 goals. If they had scored 3 goals yesterday, it would have been 70 goals for the Super Falcons, and that one a new record again if for be for the Super Falcons. Okay, now make I tell you now sharply as the matter takes up yesterday, that particular game between Nigeria and Malawi for the Women African Cup of Nations Group C where they play yesterday, and everybody done the check say about that game now go walk over, it go be for the Super Falcons on top the levy. As the matter be so, at the end of the day now shocker it be because for that Group C, remember say before our own particular game now in Zambia first played their own game against Egypt, where we say they Colombia Egypt 6-0. Oh, Zambia fino Egypt yo, and no go live for you 6-0. And remember say Nigeria now played their game 9 p.m. For the matter Nigeria Malawi yesterday. Tema Chawinga, Tabita Chawinga, these two people they be sisters, so Yameji na Indo Nigeria bad team against the matter for the state El Brade. Everything that goes in anywhere but Malawi they press the neck of the Super Falcons. The thing just they be like say Super Falcons they no train for that particular game. Before they enter 70 minutes, everybody still they smile. 71 minutes with the laugh, but as he enter 73 minutes, now Malawi talk say gbogbo ile ta nba yin se be like season film. 73 minutes, Tema Chawinga okoko jukini wole as the matter be so. Now him assistant scored the second goal for the 79 minutes. Now him Tema talk say Antimi any suru let me score the third goal. Now she scored the third goal for the 95th minute. Nigeria self they do deal because Nigeria convert one from penalty spot for the 92nd minute before Kanu double up for the 99th minute of that particular contest. At the end of the day, Eko Shoju Mumu. In fact, you no go to understand because if you hear say Nigeria they lose that game 2-3, you go think say na close game. Not be close game, emergentan you. One gba Nigeria no be small dem play us like baby on top that particular game. As we score that goal, now scoreline wey be say no really reflect the kind performance wey we do. Nigeria got sit up. Why do we have to sit up for that particular game? Remember, see as the matter be so for the particular WAFCON. The last four na go do it. Go play the World Cup. Nibi benye o. Jebita ati qualify in group stage. La fẹ́ sọ pé àti fẹ́ dé semi-final. Jam paro fún yín as the matter be like this for our group. Kò rẹ́rìn rárá àti rárá o. Zimbabwe na in the top of the table after they beat Egypt 6-0. Mẹ́fà sódò ni o. Malawi they get 2 for number 2. Nigeria dey number 3 with 0 points, while Egypt dey number 4 with 0 points. Bó ṣe lọ nìyẹn o. Kò dẹ̀ ní sí best loser. Kò sí best loser the tournament eléyìí o. Èmi say our next match na against Zambia. Zambia tó lọ Egypt ní 6-0. Agbọ́dọ̀ na Zambia ní if you want stand chance to qualify from that group C, we gas beat Zambia. Sherry Peshe one leg person we beat Egypt 6-0 and Malawi go come face Egypt. If they even draw, if Malawi draw like this, see, that one a problem for Super Falcons. Anyway, now so that game go yesterday. Today the WAFCON matches go continue. Ghana go face Cape Verde 6 p.m. Cameroon go take on Mali 9 p.m. be that particular game for that level for Group D. The game will go sub today be that. Okay, now no time to check time out. Come out for the Super Falcons game. Make a talk on top reaction as the matter take be after the debutant team. Once taken for Super Falcons, Malawi will produce one of the biggest upsets for the history of the Total Energy Scarf Women African Cup of Nations. Ìyẹn WAFCON lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n gbé wúro sójú Super Falcons ìtàn the debutant Langodo tí wọ́n na the first time wey they go play WAFCON be this wọ́n kàjí ọ̀nà ẹ̀yìn gba 10 times. Kí ló kàn wá pẹ̀lú 10 times? Wọ́n na Super Falcons ni o. Anyway na way no be there they go. Khadijat Oshoala at the talk about Agba Bola. She don come reflect. Any suru everybody calm down. Super Falcons forward Khadijat Oshoala don describe that Nigerians 3-2 defeat to Malawi for their opening match of the 2026 Women African Cup of Nations for Morocco. She call them as wake up call. Oyagbera dide Jimasun. Now who talk that one? Now Khadijat Oshoala talk that one. As she dey urge the team say, oh yeah, everybody parapo. Now time for us to regroup and focus on top the challenges where they are ahead yo. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tá a jẹyà lọ́wọ́ àwọn tàbí àwọn Chawinga that name it sound like Chawlin Tempueda. Anyway now wait Tema Chawinga Tabitha Chawinga Tema gets 2 goals, Tabitha sister gets 1 goal. Anyway Nigeria fight back yo, but the team don't dey too late. 3-2 na in end, but as she dey talk after the match, Oshoala acknowledge say Weber growing competitiveness. Everybody calm down now. Come Super Falcons ni He said African football don't upgrade. Nobody be walk over again because it's small team. Everyone to shele now. Talomo pe Tanzania lead South Africa. So therefore, the smaller nations are closing the gap. They close the gap. But as the matter be now, also wake up call for Nigeria. Don't be me talk that one as Caesar to Shwala. We have to understand that other teams wants to win the trophy as well. They no come Morocco to call Seguguru now. The 6-time African Women Player of the Year. Now I talk that one after the game. Not be only herself talk for the matter. We also hear waiting Christy Uchebe, waiting she talk on top that level after the game we they play yesterday.
It's football, nothing went wrong. The two teams, they played so good, and it's football for you. You lose, you win, you draw, but whichever way you come back in the next game against Zambia. We try our best to get through this phase, so we'll be able to qualify for the World Cup and also to defend the title.
How confident that Nigeria is going to get back into this competition?
100%.
100%. The question is, what was that message from the coach after the 9th minute? What was the message from the captain and the top leaders in the team after this game?
It's to cheer up and to raise our heads up. It's not the end of the tournament. It's just the beginning. 2018, the same thing happened against Nigeria, South Africa. South Africa won the first game and came back to win the tournament. I think this game, every game now, every team is stepping up. Malawi is a good team. We have Chawinga and assistant. They all put on a good fight and also win the players. But hopefully, next game we're able to set the standard higher. Thank you.
You don't hear the word of Uche on top that level. Christina, I talk that one saying what Malawi they be good team. They happen for 2018 where South Africa they lose their first game, but at the end of the day they win the tournament. Only everybody ma fuck we go do it, we go stand up gidigba after Caesar to Shala talk her own. Now she tells talk her own. But when Caesar take care of say we need the support of all Nigerians right now. Everybody support. The World Cup title is at stake. At the World Cup ticket, rather, the World Cup ticket is at stake. To be honest, this is the time we really need everyone to support the Super Falcons. We they support now, but now they play the ball. We may not remember. She talks say we are sorry for losing the opening game to Malawi. Now that one she take finishers. Emma be no Emma be bros, no vex again. In case you don't know, for those where they ask, say the money where they promise them. Hey, yeah, what you want promise? One for 2025 Women African Cup of Nations. I don't forget $100,000 each. Okay, the federal government through the National Sports Commission, NSC, and the Nigerian Football Federation. Yeah, Jotorisi Ball of Nigeria. And we say they officially they present the reward to the players yesterday. But now before the match, no be after the match, calm down. They don't give them their $100 US dollars. 100,000 no be $100 US dollars, so $100,000 US dollars. If each player, remember, say the presentation ceremony now take place for Rabat for Morocco just few hours before the Nigeria opening Group C matches. And one can show one yellow cosi one lori because $100,000 US dollars no be small money. Where the Super Falcons they begin their defense, confirming that development. Now the NFF we announce for the official X account. The NSC chairman Ogashe Odiko and the NFF General Secretary Mohammed Sanusi lead the presentation on behalf of the federal government. The reward include the cash gift of $100,000 to each player. Maybe say they don't already do it. They don't do chocolate for their account. And the allocation of 3-bedroom apartment. Only Kalukunyi Egba 3-bedroom apartment. Every player under the federal government renewed Hope Housing Estate Initiative. Oh, nothing be from one. Remember, saying our president Presido Oga Tinubu, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu na announce that incentive after Nigeria when we say we do come back remontanda against Morocco in 2025 WAFCON title. Maybe 30 win in number 10, our 10th number of the WAFCON title. Lago Ebibe our president Apitox Aba for waiting in a do all of now $100,000 each in Ike Plema Agba. Lati gba yen they no collect the money they no collect delay everything delay the house promise the money promise for about a year to ensure say the players they don't do it they day together. Now wait the excuse we NSC talk we want to make all of them day together kale fun won loju. Anyway they don't collect money and they don't lose this one no. You guys you say fẹ́ gba another $100,000 in it abi what do I know? Oyama come up for that one Nigerian striker and they talk about Nigerian forward Gift Urban. Now don't complete season-long loan move from German Bundesliga club ìyẹn Hoffenheim. Ó ti tẹ́kọ̀ létí balẹ̀ sórílẹ̀-èdè Turkey to Turkish Super League side. There be newcomers there. Wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé ní sáà tá a wà yìí ni. That is to say the new season wey dey come they go play for the Turkish top division Ahmetspor. Board now the name of the club now dear Gift Urban go to daily matter next season. The agreement include an option for Ahmetspor to make the transfer permanent at the end of the loan spell. But that one is subject to fulfillment of agreed performance related conditions at the contractual clause where the 24-year-old he don't come out for Hoffenheim now on loan to Turkish Super League. Oyamo goes straight to France. The wait don't dey over in September. The French national team go get new face on top the touchline for the first time in 14 years. In case they Bamo did the Deschamps, now they be their coach for 14 years. Langui be Benyo. By the time the appointment wey they announced yesterday morning, now he don't show say Zinedine Zidane. Now he go take over and he don't take over from the Deschamps. Ló bá wá di September nígbà tó bá ń kojú orílẹ̀-èdè Turkey. Na go be the first match for Zinedine Zidane as he go handle the Les Blues. Lango Dotier. Oya no be only damn on top that level wey be say na him get new job o ní kọ́kọ́ lórí iṣẹ́ tuntun. Orílẹ̀-èdè Italy and they talk about Italo. They too they don't announce new coach Roberto Mancini has been appointed as the Italy manager for the second time. Just that one now after they waiting Andre Pello maybe say he talk he say Aiba what is your orúkọ mi kúrò nínú ẹni tó máa manage Italy on top the level. Paolo Baldini himself he don't come out for the role as the technical director of the Italian national side. General Gattuso now first come out for the role for April after the Azzurri they failed to qualify for the third successive World Cup. Paulo everybody think wò wípé ó máa gbaṣẹ́ yẹn o ṣùgbọ́n lọ́jọ́ Monday na Paulo talk he say I don pull out o follow controversy say he gets ties with one betting company where their headquarters dey for Russia and the politicians wey dey Italy talk say Russia sao anybody wey get anything to do with Russia from 2022 to present ajẹ́pẹ́ nìyẹn kò ní sympathy kò ní empathy kò ní anything party after the matter dey drag am na him Andre Pello na him comot but as the matter take be e con remain Roberto Mancini and Antonio Conte for the list of managers wey dem dey consider ṣùgbọ́n last so Italy ti gbé kinní ọ̀hún fún Roberto Mancini na him go get the work to try to do wetin to return them back to the World Cup. go straight up to friendly games where they play yesterday. Chelsea, God I beg, they catch one people. Western Sydney Wanderers 6-4 now in that game end. Joao Pedro score hat-trick for that goal. He also do assist inside that game. Cagliari they win their match against Modena 1-0. Udinese they lose to Shabab Al-Ali Dubai FC. Real Madrid they catch Leganés, they beat them 4-1. Valverde score, Garcia score, Mastertuno score, and Pulido that one do own goal to make am 4-1. Will be the game for Jose Mourinho to show say Adise Awana Tigbori Wole away from that Real Madrid we beat Leganés 4-1. Aston Villa they lose as Real Sociedad beat them 4-2. Everton self lose as Stoke beat them 1-0. Friendly games might continue lonely. Santa Figo go face Academico Versia at 10 a.m. today. Tottenham go face Sydney FC at 10:45 a.m. too. Dortmund go face Creresco Osaka 11 a.m. Leverkusen go face Genk 2 p.m. Game plenty friendly matches. Ṣùgbọ́n lára àwọn top games, Real Betis máa kojú Lyon 7 p.m. Atletico de Madrid and Getafe na 7:30. Bristol City and Newcastle na 7:30 p.m. Doncaster and Wolves na 7:30. Watford and Fiorentina na 7:30. 7:45 p.m. Burnley go take on Espanyol, while Ipswich go take on Osasuna 7:45 p.m. Looking and don't forget to say waiting. Champions League qualification self go continue today. And also Conference League qualification. Oyama come up for dear sharply, no time to check time. Somerville don't complete in transfer straight up as the matter be for Somerville. He don't do it. He don't come out for West Ham. Go Ali for deal we enter like £65 million. Let's go straight up to the world of tennis this morning. Monilira Buru, world number 19, Ekaterina Alexandrova. Now we say she do it, she faint you, she collapsed on top the court. And in fact, the guys retire her from her first round match for the Memphis Classic due to high temperature. Orulo Musis yo, the temperature is a bit say it dey hot, no be small. Russian Alexandrova was the number 1 seed, was trailing actually 7-6, 4-6, 5-4 against 16-year-old compatriot Kristina Luitova in that match where the temperature reached almost 34 degrees Celsius. For that particular game, they first paused the game. The match was initially paused as Alexandrova tried to continue before she was received a time violation as she took too long to serve. As she did struggle with that heat in Urempopo. But in the middle of the next point, Alexandrova she fought to the ground in Bagada. Where we say medical people they rush her to give the 31-year-old quick medical attention. Elsewhere for the women's tennis, Venus Williams, that one lose for the first round of the Mubadala DC Open for Washington DC yesterday. Back to football, Rio Ferdinand don't tell Danny Welbeck. Guy rejects Chelsea. Omar Bonny, Manchester United. Rio Ferdinand don't urge former teammates Danny Welbeck make him reject Chelsea. Make him return back to Manchester United. Instead, Welbeck now with the year say he was supposed to do his medical today. But Welbeck at the age of 33, he knows I'll be waiting Chelsea.